Inspirit Nutrition, your brother, your friend, your dietitian, back again for another installment. I want to break down briefly with you how to improve your credit score. 3 tips. First tip is to go look up annual credit report, free annual credit report on google.com. Every human being in America, at least, is entitled to a annual, one time a year, free credit report. If you Google has become a verb, even though it's a noun. If you Google a free annual credit report, you'll get your answer. In order to improve your credit score, you have to know your credit score. If you don't know your credit score, how can you improve upon it? So that's the first thing you could do. You can also go to freecreditreport.com and get a credit report, or you can go to different services. But if you look up free annual credit report, by law, you can get your own free copy. You have to get informed about credit, your credit score. Why? Because any major life decision, purchasing a home, starting a business, sometimes even places of employment, check your credit history. Credit score is just showing your credibility as a responsible person, showing that you paid your rent and mortgage on time, shows that you paid your bills on time, shows that you paid your phone bill, your electricity, your gas, water, etc. on time. This is a track record. If you meet someone and you don't know about their history, know if they're financially responsible, you can look up their credit history and say, hey, how responsible is this person? So the first tip, credit is really complex. So I'm just going to give out tips, and then I'm going to do other videos breaking it down further. But first tip is getting your credit report and analyzing your credit. You're going to have 3 credit bureaus that are backing you. Or not that are backing you, that are reporting on you. TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Okay? You're going to print out your credit report. You're going to find 3 different credit scores, right? Your FICO score, which is the one that matters, is going to be the middle score. So if your score is 610, 650, 620, your actual FICO score is going to be 620 because it's the middle of the 3. Okay? Once you discover that, the second tip on improving your credit score is actually going in and looking at all the different credits that you have, debt that you have on there, and going into each one and disputing it. When you go in and dispute it, it's going to ask you, it's going to come up with different options, and it's going to say already paid, it never transacted, it never happened, never transpired, I never actually owed this person this amount of money. And you go in and you click the different options, and you'll be surprised that within 30 days or within 2 weeks or something like that, there's a time span, the person or group or organization that claims that you owe them money, if they don't respond to your dispute of that of that credit, the credit bureaus will actually erase that from your credit history. So say you got a medical bill in an ambulance when you were 18 or you were 19, and you dispute it saying that you already paid it. But let's say you didn't actually pay it. I don't know if you paid it or not, but you disputed saying you already paid it. That medical company doesn't respond in 30 days and 25 days, however long the limit is, they'll actually just delete it because it's like them not showing up to court. You'll be surprised how many things you can actually just delete off your credit that way. All right? That's another way of checking your credit and doing that. I'll tell you something crazy. In one of my videos, I discussed my interesting family history and background. Someone in my family used my social security number and my information, or sold it, or I don't know. They were using it and racked up a lot of debts in my name from when I was like 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, and I got a lot of it cleared. Actually, I cleared my credit history in 24 hours because they knew that it was outrageous, that I didn't own homes and have mortgages when I was 6 or when I was 5 or when I was 3 years old, so they just erased everything. Okay, so we have 2 tips so far: getting your credit report removing those things, and I'm trying to decide the next one. It's going to be is going to have to be to attempt to consolidate your credit. So a lot of times people have credit from 6 different credit cards, 3 different credit cards, 5 different credit cards. What you can do is you can do a balance transfer. So you can take the credit that you owe from one card, transfer it to the next, pay a nominal fee, and if you transfer it to one that has 0% interest for a year, for example, say you get a new credit card that has 0% interest for a year, you can transfer all your debts to that card, and that way you're not racking up interest for a whole year, and you could slowly but surely attack that card over the year and pay off all that debt. Pay it down, pay it down, pay it down. You want to get your credit utilization ratio, which is how much of your available credit you're actually using. Say you have $1,000 of available credit, or $100,000 or whatever. You want to use less than 30%. That's what's recommended. So if they're recommending to the public that you should use 30% of your credit, then really you should probably use 15 or 10% of your actual credit. So that means if you have $1,000 worth of credit line, you don't want to use more than 300. That's what they tell you, and it's true to a degree. But if you want to be excellent, if you want to excel, you should bring it down to 150 or $100. You don't want to be more in debt than 15, 10%, 20% of your actual credit line. That's going to show them that you have control of your money. You're not maxing out and just living on the edge. Okay? 3 tips on how, I actually just dropped a little 4th one, a bonus one, but 3 tips on how to improve your credit score. Your brother, your friend, your dietitian, back again for another installment. Peace and blessings. We're on fire. We're just getting started. The time is now to be free. We're about to make it happen. Peace.